Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Shane. So today I just kind of want to do something low-key, and I thought I would do something fun by looking at my Letterboxd stats. If you don't know, Letterboxd is a movie logging and review app, kind of like IMDb, but basically you can keep a movie diary of what you're watching. You can give them ratings on a scale of 1 to 5. You can follow your friends, see what they're watching, make lists. It's just, pretty much the app for movie lovers, and I think it's becoming more increasingly popular, which is fun. And if you are a pro member, which basically means if you pay I think it's $10 a year, you get advanced tracking of your movie watching statistics, and I think it's fun to look at them every now and then, see how they change, because they give a pretty good example of your movie taste. So basically, today we're just going to look through my stats on Letterboxd. I think I'm going to go over my stats for this year so far, but you can also keep a log of your all-time stats. So we'll look at both of those today. With that being said, let's get right into it. So you can see this is the stats page on Letterboxd. Let's start with, like I said, 2025. To be honest, this whole year I've been in kind of a movie watching slump. For some reason, I just really can't make myself focus and sit down and watch a movie. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just too addicted to my phone and focusing way too much on screen time. I've been reading. I've been really locked into playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So basically, I've just been putting off movies for a while, and I want to start watching more. I just have, been in a slump, like I said, so the stats for 2025 are pretty bad. But anyways, let's get into it. So as you can see here, 63 movies logged, 120 hours, give or take. These are my highest rated movies of 2025, and as you can see, half of them are only 3 stars, so that just shows you how many new movies I've been watching. This is my by week, so 63 movies equals 7.9 a month, or 1.9 a week, which I think is kind of significantly down from last year. We can take a look after this. My most watched movie day is Tuesday, which makes sense because that's the day I'm off of work, so I usually spend it watching movies or just chilling around the house. First film logged was Avengers Infinity War on January 5th. 50th movie was Life of Chuck, which I thought was pretty decent but kind of underwhelming. I thought it could do more with its premise, but it was okay. So there's the little Life of Chuck review. And my last film that I watched a day or two ago was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because it's the 35th anniversary, so I rewatched it for that. It still holds up. Still one of the most underrated comic book movies, I think, of all time. Definitely worth a rewatch. I watched Superman twice this year. It's the only movie apparently I've logged twice. Most popular is drama, adventure, comedy. Pretty much all the movies have been USA, a couple from Germany, mostly in English, a couple in Japanese, one in French, one in Spanish. These are the themes and nano-genres I'm most familiar with, so epic hero, superhero, so a lot of superhero movies basically. Animation, jokes, as it did nano genre, so more in depth. Let's see what this is. Okay, so yeah, we were going to Disney World earlier this year and we decided to watch a bunch of Disney movies, so that makes sense. Let's see what my highest rated genre is. More Disney movies. Then this is a log of what type of movies. Mostly it's been older movies, and only 17.5% have been new releases from this year. Most of it has been new watches. It's about half and half, kind of new watches and rewatches. I don't really review movies unless I really have something to say about it. So that curve, that's pretty accurate. I would say most movies are either 3 or 3.5 because they're pretty basic, middle of the road, and I think that's what most people would say their rating scale is. I don't know too many people who would rate a lot of things 5 out of 5 or half star out of 5. Most things go to the middle because that's what an average is. Most watch is apparently James Earl Jones, Harrison Ford, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, Bill Murray, all tied for first. These guys are, because we rewatch Star Wars, I rewatch Star Wars like every single year, so they're probably always going to be up there. James Earl Jones, oh, he's also in Star Wars, so that makes sense. Highest rated. So a lot of times the highest rated is people that are in one thing that you logged. Okay, see, like, yeah, he's in the original trilogy. So that definitely skews the results a little bit. I think all these guys are in the original Star Wars trilogy, which I rate all those movies a 5 out of 5, so it makes sense why they're in my top actors for the year. Directors, I went on a bit of a Wes Anderson binge earlier this year. George Lucas, Star Wars, of course. Always watching Steven Spielberg. Highest rated, let's see. Robert Zemeckis, that's because he directed Back to the Future, which is my favorite movie of all time. It makes sense. Studios, most watched, Kevin Feige, which is Marvel, Wes Anderson. I already talked about that. Wes Anderson for writer. These are my highest averages. So highest average movie was Grave of the Fireflies, which has an average of 4.5, and I think, yeah, I rated it at 4.5. Lowest average was Amelie Perez with an average of 2. I rated it a 2. Most obscure, Bigger, Faster, Stronger, which I think is a pretty good documentary on steroid abuse. I would recommend checking that out if that's something you're interested in. Longest was Heat, shortest was Emperor's New Groove, oldest was Casablanca, and the newest was Fantastic Four, which I just saw last month. And then here is a list of all the movies I've watched this year, starting from beginning to most recently. And then a world map of where the movies I've watched were produced. So as you can see, I'm not very cultured. And just to show like how weird of a year this has been for me movie-wise, let's take a look at last year. Yeah, 183 diary entries. 347.2 hours. This is my list for 2024 ranked. I want to take a quick look right there. 15.2 movies per month and a 3.5 average per week. So yeah, I'm really slacking on my movie watching this year. Highest week was in September 30th to October 6th. This is when I start watching all the Halloween movies. So I think October is usually the month where I watch the most movies, just because I'm trying to watch one a day for the Halloween season. Again, Tuesday, most popular day that I watch movies. Couple milestones, most watched. Comedy was my most watched genre last year instead of drama. Again, USA and UK were the top. Same thing with English being my most popular language. Same thing here, superheroes. A breakdown of this. Most watched was again Frank Oz, because he's in Star Wars. Hugh Jackman, I watched all the X-Men movies. See who my highest rated was. Frances Lee McCain, that makes sense because she's in Scream and Back to the Future, which both are rated top 5. Directors, this is a little bit embarrassing because Bryan Singer's a creep, but he directed a lot of X-Men movies, which makes sense. Highest rated, Wes Craven for, I think, yeah, just Scream. I wish Letterboxd would like have a system for if it's just one and not even put them in there. It should be like highest rated with multiple watches. Studios, producers, yeah, see, superhero movies really tend to skew because they have a lot of the same producers and actors, and especially original writers. Like Stan Lee has a bunch of executive producer credits and stuff like that. These were my average, like high and lows for last year. Seven Samurai, average 4.6. I think I rated it 4.5. Lowest average was Dark Phoenix. I rated it 1.5, so lower than the lowest average. This was a terrible movie. just in case you want to watch the QB Me, do not do it. Do not let yourself be convinced. And then there was a list of all the movies I watched in 2024. And finally, let's go look at my all-time stats. So all-time, logged on Letterboxd, 1,060 movies, 1,846 hours, 792 different directors, 36 countries. Longest streak of a movie per week was 72 weeks. 108 days of watching 2 movies or more. This is my all-time, this is my top 20 it looks like. And then we can go through these real quick. Quick look at my top 20 of the 2020s, top 10 I mean, of the 2020s. Top movies of the 2010s, 2000s, 1990s, the 80s, and then here's a look at 2023, 22, and let's keep moving on. So this is a look at like number of movies logged per year. Looks like my highest year is 2019 where I logged 53 movies. Or I've seen 53 movies from 2019. I don't think I logged 53 movies in 2019. Ratings, so the highest average rated year is, it looks like 1966. What came out that year? So the only movie I rated was Good, Bad, and the Ugly, which is 5 stars. This is my film diary, so it steadily increases per year, but it looks like it's probably not going to reach that this year. Last year was 183, so from now to December 31st, I'd need to log 120 movies to catch up, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but you never know. We'll see. These are my highest rated decades and the highest rated movies from each decade. And it shows you an average. So the 1970s are my highest rated with a 3.43 average rating, then the 40s, and then the 2020s. These are a couple of lists I've made, my top 25 horror movies, my ranking of the Star Wars movies, my ranking of the Wes Anderson movies, ranking of the MCU, the best movie from every year I've seen a movie. That could be a video all on its own. And then these are my most watched genres, countries, and languages again. As always, comedy, adventure, and drama at the top. Then the US, UK, Canada, so English-speaking countries. Japanese is my second most watched language. These are, Letterboxd has lists you can do, so like what percentage of popular list you've seen. So of the Letterboxd 250, I've seen 23% or 59 out of 250, 44% of the IMDb top 250, 19% of Best Picture winners. You can take a look at that, pause if you want to. These are collections, so like basically just franchises or trilogies that I've seen all of. Most watched movies I've logged: Dazed and Confused, When Harry Met Sally, and Scream, all 6 times. And yeah, those are like, I think in my top 10 for sure. Back to the Future 5 times, Lion King 5 times. It's embarrassing that Phantom Menace is up here 5 times, but like I said, rewatch Star Wars all the time, and you gotta start with Phantom Menace. Most watched cast, John Ratzenberger. He is in every single Pixar movie, so that covers up a lot of ground. Samuel L. Jackson's in everything from Marvel to Star Wars, so he pops up a lot. Jim Cummings is a famous voice actor. Highest rated, David Prowse, because he plays Darth Vader in Star Wars, so that makes sense. My highest like big actor is Leo. I pretty much haven't rated him in anything below 3.5. These are my most watched directors: Wes Anderson with 11, Scorsese with 10, Spielberg 9, Tim Burton 8, James Gunn 7, Tarantino 7. Highest rated, Damien Chazelle. I've rated La La Land, let's just look. Yeah, La La Land a 5, Whiplash 4.5, Babylon a 4, love Damien Chazelle. Luca Guadagnino, amazing director. Can't wait to see his reboot of American Psycho, if it's still happening. Akira Kurosawa, one of the most famous directors of all time. Crew and Studios, Kevin Feige obviously produced every single Marvel movie, so that's going to run up some numbers. Wes Anderson, James Gunn, and Tarantino are my top writers. Studios: Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal, Fox, Paramount. And this is my overall world map of every movie I've seen. And I think that's gonna be it for my Letterboxd stats. Yeah, like I said, this is just kind of a chill video going over my stats, just basically reacting to them because it's been a while since I've looked in on them. So I think that's gonna be the video for today. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want, share your Letterboxd down below. We can follow each other on Letterboxd. I'll leave a link to mine in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.